We are going places, Aaliyah and Ted, that a lot of people don't get to see when they come to the Fairmont Banff Springs. It is a majestic hotel. It's known around the world. And this morning we're taking you kind of behind the scenes and some of the things that maybe when you stay at hotels, you wonder what happens. Like, for example, house cleaning. You know, how long does it take to clean a room? What kind of things do the housekeepers find when the guests leave? Well, to answer some of those questions for us this morning, Graham Evans, Director of Housekeeping here at Fairmont Banff Springs. Good morning.
Good morning.
And I was going to say, well, thanks for waking up, but you told me you actually get up at like 3 in the morning, kind of like the BT crew.
Yeah, that's right, every day.
So tell us some of the stuff that people are curious about when they enter a hotel like this. Like, how long does it take to clean a room? Where do you start? Where do the housekeepers start when they walk into a room?
Well, the first thing they do is they do a security check of the room so that they can see if there's any maintenance defect. That way, we can have all the maintenance things done and people don't have to wait for their room. Then they're going to take out all of the soiled linens and items so we don't cross-contaminate. They're going to bring in the new items. They're going to start by cleaning the bathroom, letting the chemical dwell. They're going to make your bed, and then they're going to start with the rest of the room.
Now, it sounds like a long process, but how long does it actually take?
It can take 40 minutes or 4 hours. It depends on the guest.
So there's been some rooms where maybe there's been a little bit of a party or...
People very much enjoy themselves here, and some people over-enjoy themselves, and they're a little bit more challenging to clean.
A bed, how long does it take? A good housekeeper, how long does it take to clean a bed?
3 minutes.
3 minutes?
3 minutes, yeah. When we start out, 7 minutes. The average is 5, but my top team, 3 minutes.
Now, I was teasing up to the commercial break about vacuum bags.
Yeah.
How many vacuum bags does a place like the Fairmont Banff Springs go through every year?
10,000. And the reason for that is because you can't use a vacuum bag to its full potential. If you do, you have almost no suction. At 80%, you have to remove the bag, put the next one in.
You've seen a lot over the years, as a lot of housekeepers have. What are some of the strangest things that have been left behind in some of the rooms?
Well, we did have 10,000 US left behind by a guest, and it wasn't a tip, and they did call back for it, and we did give it back to them, which was very nice. We've had people leave their pets, a child once, and we have had full-sized life figurines, let's call them.
Okay, we'll just let people's imagination wander
Yeah,
with that one. That's it's and you've been here a number of years. I mean, like you said, and a lot of the other staff have seen a lot of things.
Yes, housekeepers see everything, but we're very discreet. Yes.
They are discreet. We are finding out some of the secrets, though. And by the way, hopefully I don't get in trouble for this, but Graham did mention that one time a guest actually left a secret message in the mirror that was written. So when the next person came and took a shower, it appeared. Lots of interesting things happen at hotels.
No kidding.
That's fascinating.
Imagine hitting the road, you're like, oh, I left my dog at the hotel.
Or $10,000. That too.
Yeah, no kidding.
Well, not many people, Leah, get to walk through these doors. These are the doors to the Royal Suite. And I've got to say, you actually have to go up to the 9th floor of the Fairmont Banff Springs. And then there's a private elevator that takes you up here. So this is kind of the foyer. And I'm going to give you a little quick tour. So follow me through here. This is the master bedroom over this way. Apparently the sheets in this room, I'll point out, are Yawney cotton. I hope I said that right. So different than the other beds in the hotel. But you can actually look up and you can see this is one of the turrets. So you actually get to sleep in one of the turrets. We have a closet over here. Interesting little bathroom over here that has a grotto shower. And just for time reason, I don't know if we want to, well, yeah, you know what, let's go in. Might as well show you the whole thing. And not many people get to see this, so to see it firsthand is pretty cool. So that is the bathroom off the master. Now, if you follow me back into the hallway here, this place is big. This place is huge, and I will say, tons of windows. The view from here is amazing. Graham Evans joining me once again, Director of Housekeeping here at Fairmont Banff Springs. Talking about the view, like look at that, incredible. Not many places you can get a view like that.
There's not many places, and the golf course runs along the whole thing. It is spectacular.
So that's just the office space. So you have a little desk. Yeah. So we're actually see the rest of the suite now. So take us on a little tour here.
Absolutely. So as we walk through here, we're coming into the pantry area. We have a fireplace, which is the only working fireplace left in the hotel. It used to be that all of the rooms had fireplaces, whether they were wood or coal fireplaces, but this is the last remaining one, and guests still enjoy using it.
They still use it.
Absolutely.
And you can see another area with a beautiful view out there.
You know, it's stunning. You almost don't need artwork when you have a view like that.
Yeah. Now let's walk up here because this is kind of like the centerpiece, right?
This is, but it's kind of interesting because this was not always the way you see it. This used to be where the water tank was stored for the private pool that was downstairs. There's a back staircase that goes from this suite, went down to the 9th floor, and that's where we had a lap pool that the aristocracy of the time and the movie stars would use for their private swimming.
Let's talk about the stars. Who has stayed in this suite over the years?
Well, you know, we've had Marilyn Monroe here, we've had Robert Mitchum, we've had princes, kings, politicians, brokers, but you know, the people that have stayed here that I think are the most exciting for us are all the people who have started their lives here, all the weddings, all the celebrations, all the 50th anniversaries. This is like one of the happiest rooms because this is a room where people celebrate for going forward with their lives.
No doubt. There's obviously a grand piano in here and an interesting spiral staircase that leads up to that 2nd level. And I should point out, Ted Leah, that it's not always easy to get access to this room, but Graham was mentioning to me that it costs anywhere between $1,200 and $3,000 a night, depending on the time of the year. So not many people get to actually see the inside of this room. We're pretty fortunate this morning. You know, it's funny, I actually just reached into my pocket and I think I still have the Royal Suite key in my pocket. We'll save that for later. I've been fortunate enough to check into the Fairmont Banff Springs a couple of times. It is a beautiful hotel. It's known around the world, but I've never checked in at this entrance right here. Now, the main entrance is over there. Around the corner and at the back, we'll take a little walk here. This is the VIP check-in. This is where the celebrities check in. So, you know, walk with me. Let's pretend we are celebs this morning. I'll open up the door. Let our camera through first, and you can get a look at what it's like to check in like a celebrity. Now, over here, I'm going to introduce you to Nikki LaRue. Nikki, you've worked concierge many years. You've seen the celebs as they come through here, and I've got to ask, what is it like to check in all the famous people that come through these doors?
You know, sometimes you don't even recognize them. Sometimes they walk through the doors and, you know, they look just like you and me. So using assumed names. So sometimes you don't even know until you're halfway through the check-in process. But we're very keen to make sure that they get the same experience that everybody else gets when they come here to join us.
Just a little more private in this area. You don't have
private here,
you
absolutely.
don't have the people snapping the photos of the grand staircase and
No,
things like that.
there's time for that though.
Do they come with the entourage and things like that?
Absolutely. There's lots of times where they come with their families as well too. And this is really that kind of getaway, not like a city property, a resort property where, you know, they can kind of blend in and enjoy everything that Banff has to offer as well.
I'm assuming that you get some interesting requests by guests, and especially some celebs. Can you dish some dirt and tell us some of the interesting requests you've had over the years?
You know, you get different requests from time to time, and one time we had someone ask us if we could empty all of bottles of Evian water into their tub so they could bathe their child. And we will go above and beyond and we always make sure that we get that great experience with everyone and turn that moment into a memory, for sure.
But I mean, I've dealt with concierge before, and you don't have to be a celebrity to, you know, have the concierge do incredible things for you.
No. And all of our staff here are very friendly and able to assist any guest request as well. So
I'm assuming weddings, you get last-minute requests?
lots of last-minute requests at weddings. And, you know, there was a great example. We did have someone that joined us not long ago, and the flower girl, they had picked out their dress earlier on. And when they got here, the dress didn't fit. Oh, no. So it came down to our concierge, and right away an all-colleague email went out. And our staff were all over it. And you would think it would be someone in our housekeeping department that was on it to help us fix that. But announced to us, there was a maitre d' in a restaurant, and his father was a tailor. And so he had this hidden talent. Came down.
Team effort. 2 hours,
everyone.
refitting a dress here at the Fairmont Banff Springs. That's pretty incredible. That's incredible service. But isn't this pretty neat? The place where the celebs check in. Pretty cool behind the scenes this morning at the Fairmont Banff Springs.
I'm going to try and
enjoying
check in
that.
there.
Yeah, really, hey?
Just going to drive up to
Mike's
that
got
entrance.
the key. He's got the key.
Say,
he didn't
look,
give it back yet.
This is where I'm deciding to check in. They're going to say walk down the hall to the front
And
desk
go
over
that
there.
way.
Yeah.
Oh, it smells absolutely incredible in here. We are in the kitchens here at the Fairmont Banff Springs Hotel. You can see one of the chefs there hand wrapping handmade chocolate bars. Just one of the many things they make here. But to kind of give us an idea of just how big the operation here is, Chef J.W. Foster, executive chef here at Fairmont Banff Springs. I don't think people realize just how enormous the kitchens are here at the Banff Springs.
I mean, these are one of the biggest kitchens that we have in Canada at this hotel. And, you know, with 14 restaurants that we service and 160 chefs that run through it, I mean, it's an incredible place. It's like a little city, you know, and we take care of guests, thousands of guests a day here. So.
Is it around the clock, nonstop.
It is. It's 24 hours a day. We do in-room dining, which does over 700 rooms every day, as well as with all the restaurants moving. We got about, like I said, 14 restaurants moving all different times of the day, open and closes. So it keeps the team very busy, especially in this shop.
No doubt. And one of the things I find fascinating, we see the chefs there, the bakers making bread. Everything here is made in-house.
We do. You know, we've taken the approach that we want to give the guests the most amazing experience they can. And then by doing that, we make everything in-house that we can get our hands on. So.
How much bread do you have to bake?
You know, I think altogether, probably pastry-wise, we do about 7,000 pieces throughout the day to service our guests. Yeah. Yeah.
That doesn't include the chocolates, which I'll point out are right there.
Yeah, and these are all handmade too as well. You know, we want to give the guests an experience of what we can get local from our local purveyors and farmers and that, and we give that so that we can give our guests that ultimate Alberta experience here in the mountains.
How many chocolates do you think you go through?
I'd say over a year, probably about 25,000, probably in that area. Yeah, you know, everybody loves chocolate, right? It makes everybody smiles.
Yes.
So.
Now, speaking of chocolate, I was just mentioning about the handmade chocolate bars.
We make those in-house as well. Local flavors, the dairies that we use here in Alberta, and it just gives us a sense of something to the guests to either keep or put in their bag and take it with them when they leave. So it just really gives that a little extra that we want to say, hey, thank you for coming. So.
I mean, this is just the bakery area. There's other areas. There's a complete butcher kind of shop area here. Just down the hallway there are 600 sandwiches being made just around the corner.
Yeah, just a regular day here. We definitely do. We have these big production kitchens that we do all that. We do definitely butchering whole animals downstairs from Alberta. As I said, Garmager right now is making 600 sandwiches, which is just an average day to us that just what we do. So
It is an incredible operation here at the Fairmont Banff Springs. I'm actually fortunate enough to be able to stay overnight again, and tomorrow I do have a room key, by the way, and I don't know if this might be the Royal Suite. If it is, all you guys in the studio are welcome to come out, and we're going to have a party here tonight. But tomorrow we're going to take a very different look at the Fairmont Banff Springs. We're going to look at the darker side, the spooky side, and talk about some of the ghostly haunting stories that have taken place, and go on a little bit of a ghost tour tomorrow morning.